Hi everyone, how are you doing? Thank you for watching. This is week 3 of lockdown for us as parents in Berlin, Germany. So today, again, like in the last video, I will not do any of the articles on children's rights, but I know that children's rights are affected in this situation. There are many of the articles that are affected. For example, the freedom of movement, the right to health of the children, and things like that. However, I think it's more practical to talk about strategies, especially for parents, because it's a new situation for all of us, for the children, for the parents to deal with. I could not imagine that in this modern era, we would actually be told to stay in our houses. And it's not only for a few days. No, as I said before, in Germany, it's the third week. And the good thing for me, I only have one child. But I know many parents, they have 2 and 3 children also. It is not a situation that is just affecting Berlin, Germany. It's actually a worldwide situation. So parents are inside with their kids. And for example, in Berlin, as a children's rights specialist, somebody who is in a group with experts, social workers, teachers, people interested in working in children's rights. We know that there are many complaints of abuses in the home because parents and children, they are not adapting to the situation as well as they should. And of course, it is understandable in such a situation. The virus, many people, maybe they have lost like 80% of their salary. Many families in Berlin, although maybe many people are not going to work, their food and their basic expenses are secured, or at least 80% of the salaries are still being paid. But I'm thinking also in other nations of the world where people are worried. Many people who are self-employed have also lost their businesses, or after this crisis, maybe they will have to close their business. So, as a children's rights specialist, I want to encourage the parents to stay strong. And that's why today I will read from my book, a page from my book, Resilience. In chapter 1 of my book, I talk about the bittersweet childhood years. So although I'm in Berlin, Germany, although I've studied and I've worked as a teacher, as an educator for over 10 years, I know what it is to be between a rock and a hard places. I grew up in abject poverty. I grew up with a single mom. She had like 5 children, and it was really survival mode. Okay, there wasn't any coronavirus, but trust me, there were situations much worse than coronavirus, and we had to get through it. We had to survive. So parents, coronavirus is not the end of the world with your kids. It's a time for you to build resilience for yourself as adults and also in the children. At the end of chapter 1 of my book, I talked about lessons I learned from my bittersweet childhood. And I will just read 6 of the lessons that I learned. So, of course, I reflected on growing up, and then I was able to do a summary as an educator or as a teacher. So, the first lesson: physical experience is just the beginning of human reality. We are all spiritual beings. I know many people will be smiling and saying, Trisha, please don't start preaching. I will not start preaching. This is actually from the Chicago University. It's from James Clark. He's the head of the Department of Psychology from Chicago University, and he's well renowned. And he said, like, physical experience is just the beginning of human reality. In this crisis, we all need to call upon an higher power. I was speaking to my Muslim friend yesterday, and she said she went to the apotheke and she was asking the pharmacist. Apotheke is pharmacy, and the apothecarian is the pharmacist. Apotheke is German for pharmacy. So she went to the pharmacy, and she was asking the pharmacist, what is the cure for corona? And the pharmacist was like, all we have to do now is pray. Pray to whichever God you pray to. So she was laughing and saying, Trisha, the Christians are praying, the Muslims are praying, the Jews are praying. Everybody is praying to their God. So this is actually proven that human beings are spiritual. And of course, he continued to say the Good Samaritan story. So nowadays we see many good Samaritans. If you know the Bible, it's in Luke chapter 10 verses 25 to 27. It talks about a good Samaritan. This was somebody who helped a stranger, and it was very touching as the stranger's neighbors, his own kinsmen, is the people that was close to him did not help him. It took a complete stranger to help him. So in this time, although we as parents, as families, we're going through our individual issues, it will help you if you look within yourself and say, what can I do to help others? Maybe others are even going through more difficult situations. For us in Germany, we have food. Many of us still getting our full salaries. Many of us, we are strong. We can go and help the elderly to buy things for them. So please be a good Samaritan. That helps you. Also, page number 3, Buddha's secret is that heaven is here in the present moment. So, as you can see, it's not about Christianity or religion. Buddha actually said the secret is to see the best in everything. So, you know, the Buddhism religion, they do a lot of meditating, positive thinking. Also, the Bible says whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, think on these things. So, although the corona crisis is there, people are in panic, people are in fear, we still have to try and train our mind to think positive. Look on the positive side of things. Others are losing family members. We still have our own family members. We still have life. We still have our futures ahead of us. And we have hope. So look on the positive side of things. And of course, millions of people around the world, without even knowing it, they're already practicing resilience. They're coping, they're striving, they're not giving up. What's the point of this lesson today? To encourage parents and children to stay strong, do not give up, cope, display resilience in this time and season. Call on an higher power. Of course, for me personally, I call on Jesus Christ. I am a Christian. I am aware other people, they will call on maybe the Muslim God or Buddha. Because we're spiritual being, do that. Also, be a good Samaritan and continue to stay strong. Of course, I could go into daily strategies in order to cope in the home with your children, but they're everywhere. They're everywhere online, on websites. The teachers also, they're posting so many videos on YouTube, so many games. There are different things that one can get in order to pass the time with their children. So people, that's it for today. Stay strong. Bye.